Okay, so the argument I'll make with Toki is that he in his prime scales above Rao with his skill.
Hmm.
In that even a slightly amped Toki who was sick, like still about killed Rao with his skill. So scaling Toki's skill above Rao's would just allow him to apply a pressure point that would just allow him to kill Batman. What does Batman have for this?
Batman is trained in over 127 martial arts, and a lot of them include pressure points and one-hit kill moves that can disrupt your bodily functions and mess with your ki. Batman also knows ki to protect himself from like spiritual attacks.
Okay. So what does that like prove?
I mean, you just said that it can attack his spirit,
Yeah,
but
Toki can also attack spirits since he's also a year's
exactly.
Replica Shinki.
And if it can attack spirits, that means that Batman can defend against it.
How do you know he can protect himself against spiritual attacks?
I just said, didn't I? I just told you that, didn't I?
You said he was trained in martial arts, right? Like 120 of them, so right.
I said
I
that
need
a
you
bunch of
to
them, including
drop a for that. Second, you never said anything about him being able to protect his soul from attacks.
he has ki.
Okay, can you prove it?
Yes, I can. I actually have this big respect trend right here. I need to
I
look
don't
through it because it is.
care about respect for I care about scans you drop to make your arguments from.
Oh, no, there are scans here. I was talking differently. Okay, but I do have stuff here that I can use. I just need to find it because wow, I have a lot of stuff here. I didn't know I had this much stuff, but I'm getting it to
Okay.
you. It's all good.
Okay, so here's a scan of Toki, scaling the basically an amp sick Toki scaling the Kenshiro. That this amp sick Toki scales below his prime. So
I thought you said we were equalizing stats.
we were equalizing stats, but skill isn't something you equalize.
And okay, find it. Okay, I'm on board. Oh, I found it. Oh, wait, I'll grab it. It skipped. Okay, look, I found it.
Here's a scan of like Toki basically just bullying the fuck out of Rao.
Oh, look. Ooh, these are cool. Look how fast his
Yeah.
hand's moving.
Here's a scan of like here's another scan of that. You'll find another scan.
Okay, I found some interesting stuff for the Dark Knight.
He managed to summon the Star of Death upon fighting Rao.
All of Death. You mean like a literal star?
Yeah, the Star of Death.
Did you say like a literal star? Like a wheel star?
A literal star. Yes.
Dang. Okay.
And Toki immediately just mastered the Fist of Power. So now mind you, this wasn't a complete Fist of Power because this was an amp Toki gave himself. But Prime Toki scales above his 6 state.
Uh, that's interesting. Okay. So basically, you're saying he's a really incredible martial artist. That's nice. Can
And
he?
here's a scan that confirms that like Toki in his prime would have just immediately killed Rao, because how strong he was. But because he was sick, he really couldn't get the job done because he was depowered and whatnot. But the
Oh,
Toki
yeah.
I mean it's a prime Toki, so like, what does Batman have against like Toki basically just fucking his soul up like 7 ways from Sunday?
Mm. Oh, is it? it of effect attack, or can it be dodged?
I mean, it's up to you to prove that Batman can dodge it.
I mean, he did dodge Darkseid's lasers, something that Superman couldn't do.
Okay, like, stats are equal, though.
Actually,
So, like, why? Alright, so listen, power scaling doesn't really matter in the type of debate we're doing because they're doing an equal stats debate. You get me?
okay.
Okay, so, like, what's going on right now is that I made the argument that Toki would just immediately, like, annihilate Batman's soul with just one or two attacks. Because one, his skill with Hakoto Shinken, which actually surpassed Kenshiro's skill with Hakoto Shinken in his prime, but also because he has access to ki. Because in Fist of the North Star, you have fighting ki, right? Also, no, it's Toki versus Batman, not Toki
Okay,
versus.
also, here's something that proves it could. Batman has several feats of incredible willpower and mental resistance that contend with cosmic level beings that were trying to take over his mind and spirit.
Okay, but like, how does that like? Okay, but how does that prove anything? That doesn't like. Can you show me that works on the soul?
Yes, it's a green lantern. It's a yellow lantern. It pretty much takes over all fear in you, which is an emotion from the soul, and therefore,
Okay, is that standard equipment though?
no, it's not equipment. He took it off. The feat is he
Well,
resisted it.
okay, listen, right? That was with a ring, right? You're not really using like Lantern Batman, right?
Not using
You should have specified that you was.
I'm not using
Otherwise,
Lantern Batman. I'm saying that he managed to take it off when it tried to possess him.
okay, but like to what extent does this like to like what extent does it work spiritually?
An alternate timeline, it managed to take over Green Lantern, and Green Lantern is one of the powerful wills in the Green Lantern Corps.
Okay, and okay, so can like quantify that? Like,
Yes, you can. Green Lantern has resisted, like. Hmm. Green Lantern's actually resisted a lot. He's resisted being controlled by fear, which other Green Lanterns haven't done. He can manage to destroy a.
okay, well that's just an emotion though, right? That's not exactly a soul being attacked. That's just an emotion.
Yeah, Batman has also resisted. Let's see. Can also wait. Let's see. There's probably something else here. Yeah, but yeah, Batman has encountered spirits before. He actually can even see spirits.
And like just because he can see a spirit doesn't like change the fact that his spirit's being attacked.
And here are some feats of him and mysticism and all how he can stuff like that. He actually has a wide range of experience against people like what's his name again?
Well that's up for you to tell me.
In his name, what's your guy's name?
Toki.
Toki. He has a lot of experience against people like Toki, and he regularly fights people like him too. This is just a small
I don't care for respect threads. I want scans from the threads. Okay. I
scans in here.
okay. Listen, right. I'm not gonna go and look at your scans for you, right? Whenever you give me an argument, you need the proof for that argument. All right. I'm not
Okay,
gonna
I'll
go
grab.
and pick and choose your scans for you. All right. That's not how we do things.
Okay, okay. Here are the scans. I went to get them. Yeah, you can easily detect when something is anointed, and then he can come up against
Some
multiple
trans from time.
people like John Constantine.
Okay, hold on. Let me read this first one.
Okay.
Like the others were Windows. Okay, so what does this first scan like? What does that first scan even prove?
Mean that he can identify when something supernatural is happening, so he can counter against it.
Why? I mean, what? Why would that matter if we can like see if it's something supernatural? It just Toki's attacks like work on the soul because he has fighting ki.
Batman can also hypnotize people. Does Toki have any resistance to hypnosis?
Yeah, he's a master of Akoto Shinken. Masters of Akoto Shinken can like resist things like say mind manipulation.
And then Koto, does he use magic?
Why? Why would that matter?
Because Batman has an ability that can prevent the use of magic for an hour.
Toki doesn't use magic. He just uses martial arts that can affect the soul.
And Batman, so would you say Toki is like a spiritual fighter then?
He can attack you astrally. Yeah.
Okay, is Batman training to kill demons on the astral plane? He did this
Okay.
for 3 months.
Okay. What does that prove though?
Means that he can kill people like Toki.
Okay. Listen, right. Just because he's training to deal with Toki, doesn't mean he can deal with Toki. All right. You could prepare me for say a math test, but I'm gonna fail the test, right? Or there's a chance that I can fail on it. You need to show me that Batman can quote unquote like pass this math test, right? So to speak.
Yes. So like show
So
you
like
some of his
so
own
like how exactly does like Batman how can Batman deal with things, on like astral degree?
he's encountered things on there and he's fought them. He's encountered Zatanna. He's been taught magic by Zatanna. He's been taught myth key from ancient Tibetan monks. He is
Okay,
a
well, okay, so like two or three things. One, drop scans for all of that. Two, how does that prove he has a resistance against attacks that are going to destroy his soul? And three, like, can you like, uh, fuck it, I'll think of it in a second. Anyway, can you basically just like drop scans for everything you got, and also can you like prove how that like works on
name
like
like
how it's something, yeah, and like how like Batman would just be able to counter Toki. Oh yeah, the third thing I was thinking about for a second. Also, just because you train for something does not inherently mean that you can counter that something. All right, it just means you received training before.
it means you had it doesn't I know it doesn't mean you can beat them.
Okay, so like
Wait, you said Tolkien's like an incredibly skilled martial artist, right?
he scaled above Kenshiro at that time. Yeah, in his prime.
Batman
Also
is
scaled
one
above.
of the top. Batman actually is the best martial artist in the DC universe. And this is comparing him to people like Wonder Woman, who
Okay, well you have
trained
to drop scans for that too. But like anyway,
for
do you have
dropping.
like any way to counter like Toki?
Yes, I am dropping the scans. It takes a while to drop them,
All right,
though.
I'll give you time to drop the scans then.
Okay, I'm just seeing them like before I get them out.
It's fine. Just like don't make so many points to the point to where you have to like take 5 to 10 minutes to drop scans for them. Because
I
you made a lot of claims. So like you'll have to drop proof for all of it.
I made trying to take turns with the things I say.
Well, no, just like don't make one claim after another, because then it just becomes very, very messy to prove because you forget which thing you have to prove for what. And also, you're just under such a burden of proof that, like, it'd probably just be better to either concede on those points or you just end up, like, coming off as someone shotgunning. So,
Okay, let's get rid of all of them first, and then I'm just gonna focus on one, the one that you're
okay,
on right now.
okay. I'll take your concession on all those points. You can bring them back up one by one as soon as you're ready to, as soon as you're ready to, like, reattempt the argument.
That's good. Okay, now which one should I focus on right now?
Okay, the first one, right? This is what I was like trying to get back to, but you have to prove that Batman has the resistance against Toki being able to destroy his soul attacks. You have scans for that.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay, hold on for like 3 minutes.
All right. Okay, so like
Still here.
yeah, so does anyone have any questions about the debate so far? Like while Ghost is not Ghost, but while he's while Fate's also getting his skin.
Yes.
Okay.
I just want to know what Batman he's using, that's all.
He did not specify a Batman.
Is it comp?
I guess comp.
That's what I thought too. It was just like he just said Batman. I just figured comp.
No, he's using like regular Batman. Like
Regular comp Batman?
just regular Batman. Like he brought up like the Green Lantern. He brought up like the Yellow Lantern feat with the whole fear thing, but he's just using like regular Batman.
So
You know, the ones, like
base Batman, okay.
Hold on. So basically, Rebirth Batman.
yeah. I'm guessing it's Rebirth. Like
Yeah, because Rebirth is. Let me put it. Rebirth is. I think it was Golden Age, pre-crisis, post-crisis, and New 52 rolled into one. So
yeah. So like
I thought Rebirth was just like what's in Rebirth mixed with post crisis or something.
no, it's like a whole bunch of different Batmans like thrown together.
Oh boy.
yeah. So yeah, I'm repping my boy Toki, because you know Toki's the Chad, and people downplay him all the time.
Wait, so like current Rebirth Batman is like composite base Batman or something?
Yeah, like composite based Batman, I guess.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, I got something.
Okay, so like what skin you got? For what
Okay.
point?
You asked if he has like any resistance to people like attacking his soul or something, right?
Yeah, like
Okay. Here's him out an entity that was trying to take over his mind, body, and soul through sheer willpower.
okay, well that's like okay, let's see here. Fights even as Liz feels sticky fingers and probing his thoughts and fights, he thinks. So like what's happening here? There's like someone grabbing his mind.
Yeah. Yes, they're trying to like whip him out of his own body.
Okay, well, this seems like more like some mind hack rather than like a soul hack.
Wait. I found some better stuff. Oh, you know the Spectre?
Hold on, what now? What about the Spectre?
I'm forcing the Spectre out of his body as well.
Okay. That still seems like a form. Let's see. So what's happening in this scan here?
Hmm. He forces the Spectre out of his head. The Spectre is a godlike entity in DC that is.
That's just a mind hack. That doesn't like necessarily prove it's soul hacks.
Go ahead. And then here's
Yeah, that's
another
like
one.
that's just like mind hacks. That doesn't like entail
Another
like he has
one.
some resistance on the soul.
Another one. This is him being the first member of the Justice League to get rid of Weefs that were possessing his body. And of course, possessing means possessing of the soul because Weefs are
Good. Let's
spirits.
see. Let's see. Wake up. Get it out of your head. This is all just sounding like mind hacks. How does this necessarily entail like some form of soul hacks? Like I'm
And
not seeing
we,
anything for soul hacks here.
I mean, the Weefs are spirits. And by get it out of his head, that can be interpreted as get it out of you. Like if you have
No.
something bad inside of you, you just need to get it
Well,
out.
that just seems like his mind is being manipulated. That doesn't necessarily entail that that he's like his soul's being hacked.
Could be both. I mean, they are
That's up
taking
to
over his full
well,
body.
well that's up. Okay, so listen, right? We can either do one or two things here, right? I can either say Occam's razor just dictates that he's being mind hacked and he's like resisting it through willpower, or two, you're making like a claim that you need another scan to prove because right now you're under a burden of proof to prove that's like some form of like soul attack resistance. Because all I'm really seeing here is just mind hacks.
What about the first two? Are you gonna say that the little wrath of God wasn't trying to take over his soul and his mind?
Well, I don't see anything here that implies soul. All I'm seeing is just something here that implies mind. And then for the second one, that's also just some form of mind hacks. And then the third one is basically just the same as the second. So like this is all just resistance to mind hacks. So like I'm not arguing mind hacks. I'm arguing that like Batman's soul's gonna be destroyed whenever Toki punches him.
They have to make physical contact to like touch Batman.
He can just attack you with his fighting key.
I already listed that Batman could like detect that though. He has a danger sense.
Why would that matter? Okay, listen, right. Let's say I can detect Flash from like across the entire world going up to my house. It does not mean that I have the skill to counter him, counter that man going through me like on some bowling pin. Right?
I thought you said stats were equalized.
Yeah, stats are equal, but skill isn't a stat that's equalized.
No, skill isn't. But I can
Yeah,
make it.
so
But I can make an argument that Batman is way smarter and more tactical. That he wouldn't
okay,
just boast to him.
okay, so like, can you like demonstrate his intelligence in battle then? Like,
Oh yeah, I can do that. There's like a lot of stuff here I can use.
okay.
I'm having trouble finding like those solid soul things. So
Okay,
we gotta
all
do
right,
that.
tell you what, we'll come back to that one in like 5 minutes. How does that sound?
Sounds
I'm
better.
like, all right, I'll give you like 5 minutes to find those skins. All right, so I'll just move on to another win con. Toki will just like copy Batman's martial arts and all of the abilities related to his martial arts because Toki has access to Koto Shinken, which can clearly do that.
Batman could do the same though. He's copied even alien types of martial arts.
Okay, and Kenshiro fought his brothers Sukinichi use a Koto Shinken, and they fought each other all the time. So like Kenshiro has done the same thing, and that Toki's skill, which is above Kenshiro's, and he'd be able just to do the same thing but better. Like at least at that point. So, like,
Batman's a better. Batman's gone up against some of the best fighters in the DC, which includes Wonder Woman, Ra's
okay,
al Ghul, all of
like
which are
see
older and
damage
more
skills with martial arts.
experienced.
Okay, then do it.
Okay. Here they are. I'm trying to choose which. All of them are really good.
Just to drop all of them.
Hey, you just want me to drop all of them?
Drop all of them you can, sure.
You mean one at a time or the whole thing?
One at a time, obviously.
Okay.
Okay, here's an Imgur post where like Kenshiro says how like his martial art can like assimilate other fists into his just from just one fight.
So they need to fight first.
They're fighting right now.
Oh, how long does it take them into the fight to adapt?
Instantaneously, just like how I shown you with the precognition thing with Kenshiro earlier.
It was the Kinshiro for that.
Yeah, so okay, listen, right. Your skill with Hokoto Shinken allows you to like not only assimilate other martial arts but use other abilities within the martial arts. So like whatever Kenshiro can do, Toki does better, right?
Okay. Here's a list of just a few of the martial arts that he's learned.
Okay, and like Toki's just gonna copy all of it and beat Batman to death with his own martial arts while simultaneously destroying his soul.
What type of tech does Tosin have? Like
Toki
what type of
doesn't
gear?
need to use tech. He doesn't need to like copy Batman's. He doesn't need like tech. All right, he'll just copy Batman's martial arts and beat him to death. So while simultaneously destroying his soul, since he has fighting ki.
The Batman with a battlefield removal him.
Okay, so like, can you show me scans for the BFR?
Yes. He has lots of suits that can do that.
Okay,
Oh wait, here's his insider suit.
okay.
He was able to go toe to toe like with He was able to fight up against Supergirl, showing its speed.
Okay, but like, you're trying to power scale Batman. You don't need a power scale. It's an equal stat debate.
How's it power scaling if it's a suit?
Because you're using the Batman who has that suit, so we're just interpreting that suit to be like a regular part of his feats being done. So like,
So the suit need to be able to like protect him from like. Oh
that
yeah,
that's
here
up
it is. I found it right here.
that's up to you to prove.
Yeah. Here's a picture of him battlefield removing somebody with the suit.
Okay.
Yeah, teleportation.
Okay, so like you never specify like which Batman you're using. Like you shown scans from like base Batman. You shown different scans of like Batman like resisting mind hacks in different suits. So like how is this canon to like the Batman you were using before? Because you never
And this is
specified
New
that.
52 Batman, isn't it?
Yeah, but like you didn't specify that he was using that suit.
Okay, what this guy said: Rebirth and post crisis.
Okay, but it's like up to you to argue it. And even then, right? This doesn't really imply any form of BFR.
It's literally him teleporting people out.
Can you show me where it's teleporting people? Hold on.
In the
See.
scan.
Okay, so like, let's see. SF mode activate. What's he doing? It's not really like. Can you show me?
Is forcefully BFRs some foes using teleportation.
So Toki already has like mastered this martial art as they're fighting. So he'll just use Muso Tensei and make himself intangible, so Batman can't hit him.
The suit can also fly. And he
Okay,
can.
well Okay, well, Toki is gonna be intangible for Muso Tensei, so like Batman won't be able to hit him. So like,
Yeah.
so like, what's Batman gonna do to a guy who's intangible?
Okay, let's see. He does have something that can go up against that.
Okay, how do you know he can counter intangibility?
Finding it right now.
Okay, I'll give you a minute to like find that skin.
How long can he hold his intangibility?
Indefinitely, he's using a martial art to become intangible.
Good.
What?
Batman can also turn invisible to the point where Darkseid's tech can't really see him.
His ability is an illusion. It's not intangible.
Oh no, but it's still undetectable by a god of apocalypse. So basically, Batman he can't see Batman, but Batman can't attack him.
He'll just feel Batman's presence using his fighting key. He
His
doesn't need to see. Okay, listen, right? He doesn't need to see Batman. All right, his fighting key is immediately going to alert him when Batman's near him.
his key alerts him to something that not even Dark can see though.
His fighting key like allows him to like sense souls near him. So like something like invisibility is just futile.
How is that comparable to Darkseid's tech?
Because Darkseid's tech can't see Batman when he's invisible. But what's happening over Toki is sends soul when he goes near Toki. So he's attacking Batman through seeing his soul using his fighting key. Okay? He's not directly seeing Batman, he's seeing his soul. So he doesn't need to directly see Batman. His fighting key is like not only acting as a barrier to basically keep Batman away, but also just alerts him when other people are just near him. I'll be back in a second.
Again.
So like so like does like Batman have any counter to Toki?
Yes, he has his. Oh.
I
What if
already explained why invisibility doesn't work or why intangibility doesn't work.
Yeah, he fought Martian Manhunter.
Okay. And
Managed to hurt him, and Martian Manhunter can turn intangible.
okay, so like can you like drop scans for that?
Yes.
Okay, I could drop scans for it. After these next couple points, so we'll just go to conclusions.
Okay. Ah, this is nice. I found some good stuff. Oh, Batman has a dagger that can hurt beings on par with like Shazam. He's
Okay.
inexperienced in terms of like swordsmanship.
So can you prove to me that he uses weapons in character? Because he prefers using his fists.
Yeah, he had a sword fight with Ra's al Ghul.
Okay, well look, that you have to prove that something like that's part of his standard equipment. Okay.
Standard. I thought we were just using.
Whenever we go into standard battle assumptions, we incorporate things like what do they normally have for equipment, right? Because if you're talking about Batman with a dagger, you could just be talking about someone's different run of Batman who's prepped specifically for, like, say, Shazam or whatever, right? That wouldn't necessarily entail that, like, Batman's always going to carry the dagger with him everywhere he goes. Okay?
Okay. What? How does he? Does your guy? What's his name again?
Toki.
Does Toki? Wait, you mean like the bird from like that Dragon Ball game?
No, he's from Fist of the North Star.
I mean, the names are similar.
Well, no, Toki is from Fist of the North Star. Is Kenshiro's older brother.
Oh, that's nice. What's the relationship like?
That's not related to the debate, but basically, he's loved Kenshiro ever since he was a little baby. Actually, he and his brother Rao were the reason why Kenshiro survived to begin with, going to the mainland. But besides that,
That's amazing. I need to actually read this manga.
yeah, there's a pre-time skip where Toki's alive, then in the
Wait,
post-time
don't
skip.
tell me. I wanna see it. I wanna see it.
Well,
Okay,
I
now
mean,
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
find the
giving you right now,
thing.
but
Okay.
okay, so I'll just take. Okay, so I'll just like say burden of rejoinder, concession on that point until you can like drop it. So I'll just leave that one open when you can find the proper skin. So,
Hey,
all right,
wait, which one was that
okay,
again?
okay, okay. I'll let you like take like one more attempt. I like Toki, but then after that, I want to go to conclusions. So,
Okay. Does Toki
so
have
like,
any resistance to having the nerves in his body all die?
yes, he's gonna be intangible because of Muso Tensei.
And is that a move he can spam?
Yeah, it's his ultimate martial art move. He scales to Kenshiro, who like used this martial art to completely fuck over Rao.
Oh.
And also, uh he should also like theoretically scale to Rao, who also had Muso Tensei. So at
Okay.
least in skill. Not saying in power, but in skill.
Skill.
Yeah, so like yeah, so does the so do you have anything for like Muso Tensei?
Yeah, Batman could. Can Batman like trick him into becoming tangible again?
No,
What makes you say no?
because like you'd have to demonstrate that Batman's smart enough to do that. And even then, Toki has enough common sense not to
Here's
like
him.
let himself get hit.
Here's him. Al Ghul, who's the leader of a national criminal organization. And then here's him outsmarting the ruler of Apocalypse by
Hold on.
bluffing him into thinking he's gonna destroy his planet.
Sorry about that. But anyway, so how does Batman scale to Ra's al Ghul's like intelligence?
He's gone up against him multiple times, and Ra's al Ghul has quite literally said that Batman is one of the only people he'd hand his empire down to.
That could just mean that Batman's strong enough to like rule his empire. Doesn't inherently mean he's a smart.
He's even said Batman's as smart as he is strong, though. And Superman even goes to Batman for tactical advice, and even goes to Batman's help regarding problems.
Okay, well like you have to drop scans for that too.
I just showed you a scan of him, like, tricking Darkseid.
No, I need
Oh,
scans scaling to their intelligence before we can even move on to like something else. Because I'm fine. I'm saying he can trick Darkseid.
he did. It's right
Yeah,
here.
I'm fine with saying that, but you need to drop scans for him scaling to Ra's al Ghul's intelligence.
Okay. I need to drop a scan about how he scales the Ra's al Ghul. I can do that.
Yeah, you like an intelligence specifically,
Wait,
right?
I got it.
Alright.
He recreated his own Lazarus pit. Oh wait, he's also capable of like. Wait, no, I'm just gonna say on that other one because oh.
Hey Mephisto, the debate is Toki from Fist of the North Star versus Rebirth based Batman. It's equal steps.
This is Rebirth Batman. I mean, I've been dropping these scans. I think it's more composite.
Rebirth is basically a composite version.
Thanks, whoever said that. So yeah, what he said.
Yeah, so like do you screw it. You're getting your scans.
Yeah, I am.
So does like anyone have any questions about the debate so far? And also no, Yoda, the debate's still going.
Are y'all going to conclusion soon?
I said I'd give him like one last argument before I go to conclusion.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, looking here now. Oh wait, here's one. Here's a clip of him and Wazaku. Wazaku
How do you
considered
know
enough
that's
to abduct him and
know
find out his identity.
Hold on, how do you know that's a part of Rebirth?
What?
How do you know that's a part of Rebirth?
Because it ties in the Harley story.
It doesn't automatically mean it's in Rebirth though. You have to prove that's part of Rebirth. Like animated series Batman is like is not Rebirth Batman.
And I'm using composite.
No, you're using Rebirth Batman. Rebirth is a composite of basically like Golden Age, pre and also post Crisis, along with New 52.
But it ties into his character. Like Ra's al Ghul's whole character is passing his mantle on to Batman.
That's not the same Ra's al Ghul as the one in the animated series. Whenever I asked about Ra's al Ghul, I'm expecting like maybe pre-crisis, post-crisis, I don't know, whatever version of Ra's al Ghul that's like canon to that storyline. I don't care about another storyline that's not canon.
Or you don't accept the video.
I never said I didn't accept videos. I said I wouldn't accept this series that's not canon to Rebirth.
Oh wait, here's a better one then. Here's him outsmarting Lex Luthor.
Okay, how smart's Lex Luthor?
Don't you read DC?
Not as often as you may think. I'm asking you to like prove like Lex Luthor is like intelligent. Because for all I know, he
Luthor
did.
Lex Luthor's
Okay,
intelligence is okay. Lex
okay,
Luthor's one of
listen,
the
right?
smartest.
Okay, hold on, right? For all I know, Lex Luthor could be a total dumbass, right? Or he could be the smartest person in the entire fucking verse. I have no idea. But you need to prove his intelligence. Okay, continue.
Okay, I'm going to go find feats about Lex Luthor's intelligence. There's actually a lot here. Lex Luthor actually has a very impressive shows of intelligence. For one, he
Okay.
managed to compete with Brainiac. Brainiac is a 9th or 10th level intelligence, where most humans are like below a 5.
Okay. So, like, can you quantify how intelligent that is? Because he could just have an IQ of like 50, for all I know.
Okay, let me pull it up. I do have it. It's right here. Here we go. I've been looking at this. Okay, excuse me if it takes this long. I have a lot of stuff open. Wait, why do I have a lot? No, okay, never mind that. Here it is. Oh yeah, this is it. Just a little clip on how intelligent Luthor is. One time managed to make a formula that basically gave him Kryptonian powers for a single.
Okay, so like,
And
what about this? Like,
here's him tricking Brainiac.
okay,
Oh yes, Lex Luthor is an incredible genius, and Batman has outsmarted him and been on par with him on several occasions. And
okay,
even
how smart is Brainiac though?
what?
Okay, listen, right? You're saying Brainiac is a smart boy, right? And you're also saying he's smarter than Lex Luthor, but like you haven't quantified how smart he is. I said this 3 times now. For all I know, he got like an IQ of like 50 or like 5, right? You need to demonstrate how smart he is by giving like some form of intelligence feats. And even if I were to steelman that, right? The thing is with Toki is that he's not a gullible character, so he just wouldn't fall for illusions whatsoever. Especially because something like being gullible is just out of character, and he'll just try to kill Batman from the start, regardless of what he tries to say. Because it'd be in character for Toki to do that.
Batman plans ahead. Also, none of these guys are gullible either.
Okay, but like, here's the thing, right? Batman doesn't have prep in this debate. It's just offhand Batman.
Hmm. What if we did give them pleb?
Ifs don't matter to the current.
Batman's shown the ability to react on the fly, though. He can plan at the
And Toki's gonna be in, and he's gonna like beat Batman to death.
he's gonna
What?
do that right off the bat.
Yes, because it's in character for Toki just to beat people to death. when he's like having a martial arts fight. Literally just gave you scans of him fighting Rao, his older brother. So like, I'll just like ask you again, like, how does this necessitate like any degree of intelligence Batman has? Like,
Okay.
do you like what you want to go ahead and try to concede that argument? Because I've already demonstrated as to why like Toki isn't gullible. I've already shown you scans earlier of him fighting his brother Rao.
It's not that he's gullible, it's just that he wouldn't expect anyone like Batman to do what he can do.
Why would he need to expect Batman? Like, all he has to do is simply copy his martial arts while he's fighting. Even if his own martial art weren't going to work, then he just use Muso Tensei and then beat Batman to death. Like,
He touch
how
people while he's intangible?
when you use Muso Tensei, you are always intangible.
Can he touch people while he's intangible?
Yes, he can. He
Oh.
can also touch other people who are also intangible. This is shown whenever Kenshiro uses Muso Tensei against Rao, when they're both intangible when they hit each other.
Batman has weapons that can take out the entire Justice League, which includes Martian Manhunter, who can turn intangible as well.
Okay, well, you haven't demonstrated that. And plus, you haven't really demonstrated that this would be like an in-character offhand Batman. All you're really giving me is like prep Batman stuff when that may not even be like part of his standard equipment.
And the Justice Buster is a part of his equipment. He made it.
Okay, but just because you make a bat suit doesn't always mean you're gonna wear it 24/7. You see Batman like wearing this giant like Hulk of a like mechanical bat suit everywhere he goes? Like, do you see him killing Joker with it? Do you see him beating Bane to death with it 24/7? No, you don't.
He
It's
will
because
do call upon it if need be.
okay, well he's gonna be dead by then. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He'll be dead.
Unless he can counter the Soul Hex.
And he can't because you haven't demonstrated it. Okay, look, we've been going on this for a while and you haven't really understood my point, so we'll just go to conclusions.
I can still find that.
No, I want to go to conclusions now. We've been on this for a while.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and conclude first. So I think that in this debate, I was more convincing because I gave counters for every argument, and even were to like prove that like the point wouldn't matter even if I were to steelman it, and like I managed to prove Toki skill because he scales to like Rao, even when just amped as a sick person, and that Rao even stated that like Toki would have killed him right then and there if he wasn't sick. I've already demonstrated like Kenshiro's skill by bringing up like Kenshiro adapting to other people, and I've also explained a bit how Hokoto Shinken worked. I've also explained that like Muso Tensei would just make him intangible and would just allow him just to kill Batman. And then I've also explained as to why he would just destroy Batman's soul, and that's because he has fighting ki. Because in Fist of the North Star, when you're a martial artist, specifically those of the Hokoto Shinken line, you have fighting ki, and fighting ki allows you to like attack the soul. So I think I like demonstrated that like I've won this debate quite casually. So
What if Batman doesn't start like fighting in close quarters?
you're gonna give a conclusion. Don't respond to mine. That's fallacious.
Hey, don't respond to your conclusion.
Don't respond to my conclusion. Give a conclusion of your own, and we'll have this entire VC judge.
Okay, and in my conclusion, I've showed feats that he has resisted attacks from people that arguably can attack the soul, but it made it look more like a mental control. And he does have the ability to possibly capture Toki. His name's Toki, and Toki if need be.
Okay, so is that your conclusion?
And yeah, that's about it.
Okay, so everyone can like judge. Everyone who was like listening the entire time can judge.
Yo, could I judge first?
Sure.
Okay, so I believe that nothing important here won. I'm just gonna start from the beginning. The Batman thing wasn't clarified until way later during the debate. And regarding for like the skill part, I remember Fate he brought some skill arguments, but I don't remember him showing the scans and nothing
Yeah,
important here.
I shown.
Wait, hold on, wait.
Oh, go on.
And it's like the thing is like I remember nothing important here. He said that like he could counter or like absorb the skill feats that Batman has and like use it use it against him. So I believe like that thing was countered. And nothing important here. His other win con was the soul thing. And Fate he gave some arguments for it, but I believe nothing important here countered it. And I believe he was winning for the rest of the debate, all like the relevant points. So I believe nothing important here won.
Whoever wants to judge next can.
I would like to go next. I think nothing important won due to the fact that he showed more evidence and Fate Brawl was more over the place with his points and couldn't really get one argument in motion. Another thing was he had trouble if Rebirth post-crisis. So
Okay.
all in all, I think nothing important won this debate.
Okay, so who wants to judge next?
I guess I'll.
Okay.
You want to go first, Baby Yoda, or me?
I judged last time, so I'll let you go first.
Alright, I guess. I think nothing important here won. Everything that brought up for Batman's skill set. Nothing important here had a counter for Toki. And he couldn't really find anything for his soul hacks resistance. Nothing that suggested that Batman has resistance to soul hacks. And for bringing up arguments such as like Batman's like Justice Buster and stuff, you do realize that's with prep time, and that was never established during the beginning of the debate. And just because just like he said, just because he has those doesn't mean he's carrying them all the time, right? And you know that Toki is not going to give him the chance to summon any of those weapons and one shot him. Also, bringing up hold on. Also, bringing up outside stuff from like different canon, like you did when you brought up the whole Batman the animated series. That's non-canon to the Batman you were using. You were using Rebirth Batman, which is separate Batman from the one you used, which was not good. You should have brought like stuff from the actual like comics in order to prove your point. All right, that's about all for me.
I would like to add on to what Chad said by saying that the Justice Buster armor in the comics, he literally had to ask Alfred to summon it, and that was when he was in the city where Alfred had like confirmation with him. So if this is neutral territory, Alfred's not gonna be with him.
Alright. I believe Fallen won mainly because Fallen was bringing up good points, while Fate, he was bringing up points like how Batman could resist soul manipulation, even though already didn't imply it replied mind hacks, and he gets debunked with his arguments.
Okay, so Okay, so like the entire verdict agrees that I like won in the debate. All in all, fate. GG.
But
Everything.
Everyone agreed that nothing important here won.
Yeah, pretty much.
the Mr. Panatis,
Yes, Mr. Panaptes. Yes.
that was
Yes,
name
Mr.
means.
Yes, he won.
I mean, does his name mean like nothing important?
No, that's his
No, it's
YouTuber name. It's Mr.
the
Panaptes.
Destiny character.
Yeah, Mr. Panoptes is just a nickname I go by on Discord. It just kind of
Uh,
stuck.
That is interesting. Oh well, then that was fun.
Yeah, so I hope the debate was enjoyable at least.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm gonna
Was
yeah, I'm gonna
so
stop the
what?
bot now.